Motives and consequences of Jesus' betrayal. Dear esteemed guests, today I would like to share one of the most moving and controversial stories in human history, the story of Judas Iscariot's betrayal of Jesus Christ. What motives led to Judas's actions, and what were the consequences of this betrayal? Motives. Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 close disciples of Jesus, decided to betray his master for several complex reasons. Firstly, according to the Gospel of Matthew, Judas agreed to betray Jesus for 30 pieces of silver. Greed and material temptation blurred his reason and loyalty. Additionally, there is a theory that Judas wanted Jesus to lead a political uprising against Roman rule. When he realized that Jesus had no intention of doing so, Judas might have fallen into despair and decided to betray him. Another factor is the influence of Satan. According to the Gospel of Luke, Satan entered Judas, causing him to commit the betrayal. Judas became a tool of dark forces, led by temptation and the power of evil. Notably, another hypothesis suggests that Judas hoped to push Jesus into a corner, forcing him to reveal his divine powers. Judas believed that if Jesus were captured and faced danger, he would use his miraculous abilities to free himself and prove his identity as the Messiah. Events leading to Jesus' conviction. The Jewish religious leaders had long felt threatened by Jesus' teachings and miracles. They feared that his influence would undermine their power and status. Jesus often criticized the hypocrisy and corruption of the priests and Pharisees, which increased their animosity towards him. One of the key events leading to Jesus' conviction was his entry into the temple, where he drove out the merchants and declared that they had turned his father's house into a den of thieves. This action heightened the tension between Jesus and the religious leaders. After his arrest, Jesus was brought before the Sanhedrin, where the priests and Pharisees used false accusations to charge him with blasphemy. They accused him of claiming to be the Son of God and the King of the Jews, a crime punishable by death under Jewish law. However, the authority to execute lay with the Roman government. Before the Roman governor Pontius Pilate, Jesus was accused of inciting rebellion against Rome and claiming to be king. Although Pilate found no reason to sentence him to death, the pressure from the crowd and religious leaders forced him to capitulate and order Jesus' crucifixion. Consequences. Judas's betrayal led to Jesus' arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was brought to trial before the Jewish religious leaders and the Roman authorities. These trials were filled with deceit and injustice, aimed at sentencing Jesus to death. The sentence of crucifixion led Jesus to a painful and humiliating death on Golgotha. However, this sacrifice became a powerful symbol of love and forgiveness. Jesus accepted death to redeem humanity, opening the path to eternal life for all who believe in him. After realizing the consequences of his actions, Judas was overwhelmed with remorse. According to the Gospel of Matthew, he returned the 30 pieces of silver to the priests and then took his own life. This act reflects his despair and sense of unforgivable guilt. Spiritual significance. For Christians, Jesus' death and resurrection are the foundation of faith in salvation and eternal life. His sacrificial act demonstrates God's unconditional love for humanity. The story of Jesus' betrayal and forgiveness serves as a lesson in compassion and love. Jesus prayed for his persecutors, asking the Father to forgive them, for they knew not what they did. Conclusion. The story of Judas Iscariot's betrayal of Jesus is not only a historical tragedy, but also a valuable lesson about greed, temptation, and the consequences of betrayal. However, it also emphasizes Jesus' boundless love and forgiveness, who sacrificed himself to bring salvation to all mankind. May you have a peaceful day filled with blessings. Thank you sincerely.